Hello. It's 11 o'clock at night. Kitty cat. I'll be right with you. I got my lawnmower going yesterday. The had a mouse nest right in there. I saw grass sticking out here, so I took the bolts out, and that whole thing was salt full mouse nest. Anyway, I washed and blew it all out, and I mowed some. Didn't mow it all, but I did mow some. See if I can do this kind of quickly. This thing here was on its way to the landfill. I picked it up free. It's a 175, another lawnmower. This one, the deck's good and the motor runs. So anyway, I'll play around with this thing for a while. It's seized. It's been sitting outdoors for 30 years. Back wheel seized, but it needs to come apart. Yeah, the gas tank's in good shape. Needs to be polished up and new stickers, but appears to be good. Better than most of the ones that I've seen. But anyway, it's 1975. Oh, yeah, I'm glad I saw that little bit of grass sticking out of there. That would have caught on fire. So anyway, in here, I used this red oxide primer, this old stuff, like that's a liter or that's a quart, so it's been around for a while. And I poured reducer in it, and it actually worked. So I used that little gun, but the problem with the little gun, when you're underneath the car, when it's not on a hoist, the gun has to be like this to spray the floor from underneath, because I'm only a foot and a half off the ground. Anyway, uh, the bowl drips out the little hole. Oh, it's terrible. It just, anyway, those upright guns don't work good in cramped quarters trying to do underneath the floor. And up here, these guns are so big that they take all the space under the car just to operate the gun. So where'd it go? Oh, I brought this electric DeVilbus, or no, a Wagner, like electric one. So I'll see if that works, because that, I can modify the plastic hose so it goes, instead of going to the front, it goes to the back. That way I can spray like that, and that takes quite a bit less room. So anyway, I'm going to try to put that whole liter or that whole quart underneath. But I did spray some here, and oh, it's drying good. Yeah. Yeah, I want to do some of this messy stuff before I paint the car. So I'm not undercoating it first, but I am going to finish a couple little weld spots, especially around the rear end here, and spray all underneath with that red primer until I have none left. And then I'll block down my sanding. And I used gold lacquer on my guide coat. And here I had, before I put it on, I could tell I had a little warp right here, so I sanded it and got that line a little bit straighter. But I'm going to be sanding that down sometime soon. But right now, Buddy gave me a gas cap off a lawnmower that's supposed to fit on this lawnmower back here. That a couple years ago, I hit a branch, a spruce tree branch over at Mum's, knocked the cap off, and then I ran over it with the lawnmower. So I drained the gas, and that's as far as this thing's ever gone. And then it sat in the deck. It's totally rotted out. Like there's nothing left of the deck. Oh, it's too big. It was that smaller one he had. Okay, I'll have to take that back and see if the other one works. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. This poor beast is trapped in here until I get that car done. I'm actually more excited about working on this thing than finishing this, but I kind of got myself in a jam here. I got to finish this first, or at least get it mobile so it can move. I kind of need it on the road soon because the thing I'm driving is not really long for existence. It's getting pretty rattly underneath. It's pretty rough. But like I didn't want to paint my yellow and have it all nice and delicate and then do all the hard stuff underneath. So I decided I'd try to clean up underneath and get everything primed, heavy duty. And I don't know, without spending any money, I don't know if I can beat the old-fashioned oxide primer. So I'm scraping off everything that's loose and just spraying it on. Now I am going to like spray some kind of tar over it, but I want my paint job on the car to go on after I clean up underneath, and that way I'm not well, no particular reason, I guess. Just I want some of this harder, miserable stuff done before I get the paint. I got it ready to paint, so now I'm going to do some of the other stuff. And then when I get that kind of buttoned up and some of my mess cleaned up, then I'll mask up and clean the car real good. And because right now I got kind of a dusty mess here, and I don't really want to paint. Plus, I have to replace both front struts and some drivetrain and one seal and stuff in the front. So I'm going to do that while the fenders are off, because I'll be painting the fenders off the car. But anyway, yep. Oh, the cat. I don't know if the cat's in here or outdoors. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Where'd you go? Anyway, oh, there he is. Good. Oh no, I'm locking up. Oh, he's got different ideas. Haven't seen, the raccoons are around. They haven't, I had to go out and yell and scream and scare them away a couple times, but they seem to, things seem to be kind of behaving themselves, or just keeping to their own, or not bothering them. Yeah, he likes it when I'm down here. A lot better than at those. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad I cleaned that, checked that mouse nest out of this thing. One more peek at this thing, then I'll say goodnight, and I go back in the house. Yeah, I used to live on on a few of these things when I was young. It's a very good thing it's only a 175, because if it was a 250, I'd, after I spend all the kinds of time and money on it and get a brand new fender and tail light on here, the first thing I'd do is show off and go out and do some wheelies and smash it all and go over backwards. But where it's a 175, there's a good chance I won't be near as crazy on it. But it's not going to be on the road this summer. It's going to take a little while. I used to have lots of parts, but I managed to get rid of them all. I should have hanged on to some of it. But anyway, good night.